Hey everybody, my name is Phillip Shepard. I'm a local real estate agent located here right in Northwest Arkansas. And today we're going to be talking about probably one of the most important things pertaining to life, energy, existing. We're talking about coffee. This is going to be part one of a two-part series about some of the best coffee shops you can find right here in Northwest Arkansas. Side note, a little teaser, we have the best barista located in all of America right here in Northwest Arkansas. So let's talk about that. But before we jump into the content, again, if you could like this video and subscribe, that would make the world of difference. I would really appreciate it. I try to get as many people to move here to Northwest Arkansas as humanly possible because it really is the best place to live in America. And so when you like the video and also subscribe, it just makes sure the content that I create goes to the people looking to move here to Northwest Arkansas. So thanks a lot, guys. I really appreciate it. All right, so I gave a little teaser about the best barista in America being right here in Northwest Arkansas, and that's not a lie. In fact, the best barista in America for 2021 is located right here in Bentonville, Arkansas. And she and her husband are the owner of Onyx Coffee Roasters located right in Bentonville. So if you're a coffee snob, if you love coffee, if you love espresso, if you love all the coffee drinks, you definitely need to try Onyx Coffee. So one of the amazing things that I love about Onyx Coffee, it's not that it's a fast growing, amazing, national brand. They try to keep it as close knit in Northwest Arkansas as humanly possible. So one thing about Onyx is that it's well known across the whole world about its amazing coffee and amazing baristas, and also the whole process they do right in Onyx, right in Bentonville. And so if you've been to an Onyx, or if you are coming down to check out Northwest Arkansas, you need to stop at an Onyx almost anywhere. Every single Onyx is an architectural delight. You walk in there and every single one of them is so different that you go into the one in Springdale, you go to the one in Rogers, you go to the ones in Bentonville, or even Fayetteville. They're designed so intentionally and architecturally interesting that it's like a joy to go in there, not only for the coffee, but for the experience, for the friends, and just for the whole environment. The owner, Andrea, won all-out barista for 2021 in America. And then she went to Europe and won second place out of all of the world. So technically we have the second best barista in all of the world located right here in Northwest Arkansas. I'm super jazzed about that because I love coffee. I don't know if you love coffee, but I've been to Onyx countless times, and every time, obviously Andrea isn't necessarily making the coffee every single time, but she teaches her baristas perfection, just the intentionality of making good coffee. And so Onyx is just a great place to check out if you're coming down to Northwest Arkansas and checking out the whole coffee scene. And the second, and probably almost equally as famous in the whole area when it comes to coffee, is Poor John's located in Siloam Springs. Now, I don't talk a lot about Siloam Springs in the whole channel, but Siloam Springs is technically part of Northwest Arkansas, right along the border of Oklahoma, and you have to take like the 412, the 412 from Springdale all the way over to Siloam Springs. But in Siloam Springs, there's Poor John's, and it is absolutely a famous place you have to try out if you're coming down to Northwest Arkansas. Now, it is a little bit of a drive to get there because it's technically like a little off the beaten path from Northwest Arkansas. That's Siloam Springs. But Poor John's is well worth checking out. It has amazing coffee. It has this amazing vibe that you definitely have to check out. And one of the things that I've noted about Poor John's in general is that it started quite a few years ago, maybe about 20 years ago or so. And the fact is that the owner was so intentional and so purposeful about making just an amazing cup of coffee and a great experience. So if you do go to Poor John's, you'll have live music, you'll have board games, you'll have all sorts of different fun going on at Poor John's. It's evolved from just, a simple cup of coffee, a simple, amazing cup of coffee, to this amazing family experience with friends that you can hang out there and really spend a lot of time at Poor John's right over in Siloam Springs. And also, that reminds me, I have a 3-day itinerary dedicated for anyone coming down to Northwest Arkansas looking to see if it's the best place to live in America, which it is. I have an itinerary for the adventurer, for the sightseer, for the foodie, for the kids. If you're coming down to Northwest Arkansas, you're going to notice that there's so much to do when you get down here. So the 3-day itinerary helps you focus on some of those amazing things you can do down here in 3 days, because when you get down here, you'll notice there's so much to do. So go ahead with the link below and download the itinerary. And also when you do come down here with the itinerary, definitely give me a call because I can also give you the $10 tour of Northwest Arkansas. And then third on my list, and technically this is kind of like my go-to place, and I feel kind of ashamed for it, but I kind of don't. So the third place that I'm going to talk about is called 7 Brew. Now, honest to God, I didn't know about 7 Brew until like a year after I moved here. I saw the places, pop up here and there, and it's a local franchise right here in Northwest Arkansas. And there are quite a few locations now. I think about like maybe 10 or 15 tops. Well, the thing is that I saw them all the time and people kept raving about 7 Brew. Like, this is so amazing. I finally stopped at 7 Brew and I had no idea what it was about. And the first thing I had experience with was like the people actually, like, you go to the front and you drive up because it's a drive-through place, and they start talking to you and like interacting with you. Like, hey, how's your day going? What are you doing? What's going on? What's your life like? I had this like amazing conversation, unexpected amazing conversation with just a barista or just like a worker right at 7 Brew. And so that's what 7 Brew is known for, is not only for really good coffee and espresso, but they're efficient. They can move you through line really fast, and their drinks drinks are phenomenal. Now, beyond the whole drink aspect, they're even more known for just being the most like nicest employees ever. If you go to 7 Brew, you're gonna get in line, they're gonna ask you conversations, and they'll be super approachable and really want to get to know you just in that short amount of time that they have in line. So if you haven't been to 7 Brew, get ready, just because you're probably gonna be some of the nicest people in the world right at 7 Brew. All right, and number 4 on my list is Arsagas. Now, Arsagas is a local coffee roaster, and they have a couple locations around Northwest Arkansas. And the thing that I love about the whole area about Arsagas is oftentimes they're located really close to a trail system. And so they're that kind of the jump off place where you can get some really good coffee on a trail system. They do have that one down in the Mill District in Fayetteville. It's really right on the Greenway. So if you're coming down the Greenway, which is the major pathway that all the bikes use in Fayetteville all the way up to Bentonville, if you're down by the Mill District, you can pick up some coffee, grab some food. And the other thing about Arsagas that I really appreciate is that their coffee is really, really good. And the one thing I really appreciate about Arsagas is the fact that their design aspect is so well done. And if you've ever been to an Arsagas, you know that they have a very clean aesthetic that you can just appreciate overall. And so if you go to Arsagas, definitely check out the coffee, definitely check out the sandwiches, dynamite for sure. And spend a little time there because oftentimes they are right next to the trailhead or trail system, and you're not gonna wanna miss Arsagas if you are definitely on the trails around Bentonville or Fayetteville or Springdale or Rogers. And the next one on the list is kind of one of my personal favorites, and it's located right in Johnson, Fayetteville area, and it's called Confident Coffee Roasters. Now, the one thing you'll notice about when you're driving up to Confident Coffee Roasters is the fact that they have a great drive-through section, so awesome. And on top of that, they have just a massive mural on the side of the building. You're not gonna miss it at all. And just another amazing thing about the Confident Coffee Roasters is the fact that it's a woman-owned business. So Amber is just super particular about how she picks her beans, where she gets them from. And so when you are in Confident Roasters, you have not only an amazing bakery section, you have a drive-through. It's a great ambiance of like people and friends, but they're always, roasting coffee right there. So it's the fact that, you get the smell effect, so to speak, when you're in Confident Roasters, because they're roasting at the time, they're serving food, they're serving drinks, and why would you not want to be there? That's the question. Why would you not want to be there? It's just the place to be if you're in Johnson, Fayetteville area. So definitely check out Confident Roasters located in that area. And last, but certainly not least, is one of my kind of unique, kind of kooky favorite places in Fayetteville, and it's located right kind of the downtown section, and that's Doomsday Coffee. I love Doomsday Coffee because if you're kind of down on the Dixon Street section in Fayetteville, kind of like the college area, Doomsday is such a fun place to hang out. They have a great outdoor section, and it's kind of along a whole slew of restaurants there that have amazing food as well, of course. But Doomsday has this like a very interesting vibe, like kind of like post-apocalyptic vibe. You go inside there, and it's like, yep, I can see this is like the end of the world. And so you go in there, and it's a lot of fun. They have some really amazing coffee, drinks, and menus. They have fantastic espresso and great sandwiches. And the whole ambiance there is really good. I really appreciate it because it's kind of a younger vibe, kind of like college district section. So you'll see people on laptops, on iPads, just going to work at it. You see a lot of community groups talking on projects. So if you're kind of looking for that interesting younger vibe, that, people that are on projects working together, definitely check out Doomsday Coffee Roasters. And also if you want to feel like you're kind of at the end of the world, might be the place to be too. All right, guys, I really appreciate it. Thanks again for watching. Again, if you are thinking about coming down to Northwest Arkansas, download my 3-day itinerary. It's going to save you a bunch of time. Because when you do get down here, you're going to notice that there's so much to do. So I have an itinerary for adventurer, for a sightseer, for kids, for the foodie, for the sightseer. So go ahead and download those right away, and you can use them when you get down here. And also, when you do get down here, definitely give me a call because I can give you the $10 tour, and we can see how far your dollar will go in Northwest Arkansas compared to where you're coming from. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next one.